Hi, my name is Mike Tomorrow, and I want to welcome you to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. Today's topic is talking about respecting others' privacy. I know it may be hard to try to talk to someone and they request you not to talk to them or not to email them or whatever. I know it might be hard to do that, but at the same time, if somebody asks you to email or not to talk to them or not to email you or not to contact you or not to do that or not to, you need to respect their privacy, because if you do not respect their privacy, they'll get upset with you or maybe even call the cops on you, and that's not right. So, and I know it can be hard for an Aspie to get over stuff. I had a hard time getting over my friendship with my friends 7-8 years ago, and I tried contacting them to try to make things all settled and all that, and things didn't go well. So I gave them privacy, and then eventually I was able to move on to other things more exciting in my life. So I know it can be hard if you get into a fight or whatever, and you might be the one that caused the harm. You might want to try to go to the other person and say, "Are you okay?" or "Can we talk?" or whatever, and you might get sick and tired of them. That you might not want to talk to them, and they might want some time to think about it, and you might want to leave them alone. All you have to do is just let them know that, hey, I don't want to speak to you right now, or I don't want to talk to you right now. They'll respect you. Or that if you ask them to please leave you alone, they'll understand, or they should understand. I, my dad and I, we have a love-hate relationship. It's hard for me to deal with him sometimes. And especially since moving back here, I've dealt with a lot of love-hate towards him and my mom. Mostly towards him, though. And I tell him a few times not to talk to me. And he ignores that. I know he cares about me and loves me, but he ignores my fact that I don't want to talk to him, or I don't want him to talk to me. And he doesn't give a damn. I understand that he loves me, but at the same time, give me my space. Give me my privacy. Don't talk to me. It's kind of hard for me to tell him that and keep telling him that and keep telling him that, and he keeps ignoring me, and I don't know what to do. I feel like sometimes I want to get a restraining order against him because he ignores my request for him to leave me alone. I ask him for my privacy, and he doesn't. Or I ask him not to talk to me, and he ignores me. I tell him numerous number of times not to talk to me, because I can't stand him anymore. I'm trying to get out of the house also, and that's been real hard on me, because I've been trying to find a job and another place to live in Florida, and it's been real hard on me to do that. And I have to deal with him talking to me. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to deal with him. Enough is enough. But he doesn't care. He wants to ignore my requests for him to not talk to me. I tell him to leave me alone. He doesn't do that, because he doesn't care. He doesn't respect that. I feel that people who do not respect my privacy want to get in my way all the time. And those type of people can be bullies. And bullying is bad too. But But you got to understand that if somebody asks you to leave them alone, you got to leave them alone. If somebody doesn't want to talk to you, don't talk to them. You know? Isn't that a simple request? I know some people may not think it is a simple request, and they want to talk to you, and they want to rile your chain up all the time, but you got to respect their privacy. You know? No means no. You know? You know what I used to do when I was younger? I got other people's houses. Sometimes unannounced. It's a nice surprise to see them, but at the same time, you go over their house, and it's like, what's the chances of them being home? What's the chances of not them being home? You know? You gotta give them their privacy, dude. And I don't do that anymore. I don't go over other people's houses without calling them first, without knowing if they're going to be home or not, you know? And by me calling them, and me knowing where they are, if they're going to be home, then, you know, then I can go over. And you got to be invited to go over. Or you got to be, if it's okay with them, you know? But you got to respect their privacy. Their home is their home, so, you know, you got to respect their, if somebody wants you to leave them alone, just leave them alone, you know? If you want to talk to them later, that's fine. If they want to talk to you later, you know? So, I know it can be hard, but you gotta respect their privacy if they ask for it. And if you don't, then your relationship with that person could be in trouble. Whether it's a friendship or father-son, mother-son, you know what I mean. You know? And you don't want to do that. So, please, give them some space if they're angry or if they're upset, you know? You can ask them what's wrong, but if they don't want to talk about it, do not pressure them to tell you, okay? Do not have them keep asking, why are you crying? Why are you crying? Or why are you upset, you know? If you don't want to tell them, that's fine. But they shouldn't keep asking you. Once you tell them, you know? Once you tell them at first, you know? You gotta take some time. I know everybody needs some time to relax and meditate and think about what's going on, you know? So, you gotta think about it. Just breathe. Just be calm, you know? Everybody needs alone time. Just remember that. Everybody needs some time alone. So, I know people on the Asperger syndrome are typically alone on some things and sometimes already, so, but just feel, if you build up and you need some privacy, that people will understand, so just breathe, just relax, you know. Alright, I'll talk to you guys all later.